Nigeria's economy has been navigating a complex terrain of fiscal and monetary challenges in 2023. Amidst rising inflation, exchange rate volatility, and limited access to finance, the government has taken steps to address these issues. However, these measures have also sparked controversies and raised concerns about their effectiveness. In continuation of New Central's review of the year 2023, Lekan Onabanjo takes a look at the fiscal and monetary policies of the Nigerian government and how it defined the economy within the year.
The year 2023 started with the lingering old and new Naira notes issue, a carryover from 2022 as the general elections brewed and the need to curb counterfeiting and curb illicit financial flows. In a landmark ruling, Nigeria's Supreme Court declared that the old Naira notes are still legal tender. The seeming cashless policy and Naira redesign of the former CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, resulted in confusion and disruption to economic activities.
The bank are, they are not coactive. They are in the sense that they are not functioning. If they are functioning, they open a bank, you go to your bank, you requested for 20,000 naira, you put on your check, and 2,000 naira was given. It's not that. Even where before you get the 2,000 naira, you have to suffer.
You didn't see the new money, the new note. You didn't see the new note, actually. But there is old notes, but no new note outside. But during the scarcity of the money, there's no market. But right now, at least, we are still seeing changes. We are seeing changes now.
The year then witnessed Bola Ahmed Tinubu becoming the president when, at his inaugural speech, he promised to address Nigeria's economic challenges. In that same breath, Tinubu announced the removal of fuel subsidy.
No provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone.
This was necessary to curb high spendings in recurrent costs such as salaries, benefits, and debt payments. Sadly, Nigeria has a low tax to GDP ratio, revenue was lean, and the constant theft and vandalism of the oil pipelines also meant that production was low. A loss of 4.3 trillion naira was being incurred. Coupled with this, Nigeria's debt portfolio had risen from 49.85 trillion naira in March 2023 to about 87.38 trillion naira. There was the need to bridge budget deficit. President Tinubu toured a few countries and even rang the closing bell at Nasdaq, meeting with potential investors, wooing them to invest in Nigeria.
We've removed a lot of bottlenecks. We've cleared the oil subsidy that is corrupt, and we have also retooled the exchange rate to a reliable, dependable, one figure floating of the exchange rate. You are free to take in your money and bring out your money.
The National Assembly passed a 2.176 trillion naira supplementary budget, which included increased spending on healthcare, infrastructure, and social safety nets.
The Nigerian economy actually needs lots and loads of very targeted interventions, to support and relax the pressure when it comes to, the impact of these cost of living crisis and the rest on the average Nigerian. You also want to consider the fact that, there's still a gross lack of, infrastructure amenities that, meets up to the population demand as well. So the entirety of this dynamic still speaks to the fact that we're not thinking about the economy long-term enough to take strategic short-term steps. Almost easiest possible way out for the Nigerian government right now is through borrowing of some sort, or having very mutual agreements with donors or funders, as the case may be, to go into targeted intervention funding.
With Nigeria's monetary policy, one major issue was the free fall of the naira. To tackle it, several measures were put in place, including the harmonization of the exchange market, floating of the naira, defending the naira by selling foreign currency reserves, securing crude oil swap deal with Afreximbank, and clearing the forward exchange forwards backlog in banks. These directives, however, saw fuel prices skyrocketing, the naira fast losing its value, and inflation steadily on the rise.
You can see that the prices of goods and services have skyrocketed because of the floating naira rates. Immediately, the policy is introduced. Virtually, the prices of goods and services shot up. It has reduced the the purchasing power of the consumers. They can no longer buy as many as they used to do before because of the prices, the high prices in the market. You can also see that this has affected businesses. We cannot import the quantities we used to import the other time.
I think it's not something that I would say is unexpected. And one of the reasons why I said it's not unexpected is the fact that we've seen the current president reiterated the fact that it's just a matter of time that they will likely actually harmonize all the exchange rate windows.
There are investors who have been looking at the Nigerian market, but who are shying away from that market because they are not so sure, oh, if I bring money into this market, will I be able to get my money out?
To curb inflation, the CBN raised interest rates to 18.5%. However, this also made things more expensive for businesses and individuals to borrow money. At the last count, October inflation hit an 18-year high of 27.33%.
Do I expect the CBN to hike rate or increase rate or reduce rate or let it stay? I think if I were in their shoes, I will just leave the rate the way it is. How that will impact inflation, or will that reduce inflation? Then in their next MPC meeting, I think they will begin to think of, should we continue to hike rate, or do we just reduce rate, or still continue to leave it the way it is?
Nigeria's economy is projected to grow from 2.9% in 2023 to 3.1% in 2024. However, this growth is largely hinged on the 2024 budget and its performance as presented to the National Assembly by President Bola Tinubu and the CBN's continued coordination of its monetary policy stance. Lekan Onabanjo reporting for News Central.